Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon & Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, that's real good. New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without Broom Caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw. The Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice. or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling. Welcome to the Brandon Curling Club. It is the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Curling Championship. We're going to have a couple of games on the ice, but the one we're featuring here today is the Junior Women's Championship semi-final game. Team Dundas, loser this morning in an outstanding curling match against Sheila Hayward, who advanced to this afternoon's final. They're playing the Van RYSSEL team from the Springfield Curling Club. Van RYSSEL winning the Page 3-4 game. My name is Resby Coots. Alongside me is Jill Officer, and Jill, I've got a question for you before I get to that. Though,
I'm sure you have many.
We're going to run the Team Dundas lineup. Dundas, Lauren Evison at third, Aaron Zerfus at second, Tessa Tarek at lead. Craig Tarek is the coach. Lauren Evison was the Sportsmanship Award winner. Craig Tarek, the Coaching Award winner. Julia Van RYSSEL's team, Gina Geisen, Eva Armstrong, Jillian Diot, Faith Van RYSSEL, the coach, Bella Diot, the fifth. So the question I was going to ask you, Jill, you've got a few credentials. You've had a little bit of success in the curling world. But you are a Manitoba junior champion going back...
Don't say it.
Just a few years. Just a few years.
Yeah. Early 90s.
Won the final a couple of times. What do you remember about playing those games, those games that early in your career?
I remember it feeling like a very big deal. I remember the first one actually that I played in, we lost the final in 92, and I remember being really, really nervous to play that one, but that was also my first provincial championship. So the next couple of years playing in that final again, you kind of gain that experience from having played in it previously, right? So, but I always remember it being like really, really nerve-wracking and I don't really remember having, as I went on in my career, I think later on, I remember having certain feelings prior to big games, but I don't remember that when I was in juniors. But I suspect that I, was not as prepared at that time as maybe I became later in my career. So,
that whole thing about not knowing what you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
but you can empathize with the excitement and the feeling of these two young ladies' teams that are playing here.
Yeah, and just like at this age, trying to manage those emotions and manage those feelings in a big game, and maybe you start not performing very well, and how do you manage that? How do you bounce back from that? What's your response to those emotions? So it's still a lot to learn, but I will say, because it has been a while since I've been in juniors, these kids have a lot more resources available to them than I did when I was in juniors. So I mean, we didn't even we did no strength and conditioning. We did no nutrition. We did no mental performance. Like, there's so much more available to them. And I think the World Wide Web, the internet obviously helps with that if you ever want to research. But we didn't have all that, right? We just went out and curled.
Did you even have a coach in the context of coaches today?
Yeah, we actually had a really good coach, Lyle Hudson. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably familiar with him. And he spent a lot of time, developing us, at that young age, and really gave us some really good foundation and stuff. So, and then we had Nancy Malinchuk, who had, was successful in her own right at that time. And so we certainly had some good coaches at that time as well. But again, I think there's a wider range of coaches out there that are available to youth curlers now.
So we're halfway into the end, and the Van RYSSEL team has got that early center guard is still there, and they're in behind it a little deeper than they would have wanted to be.
Starting to come, still real.
But as we saw in the morning game between Dundas and Hayward, no indication early in the game of being cautious. The earlier games through the round robin, the first ends have been pretty cautious, pretty conservative. This is not a cautious conservative start.
No, it's not. And I was impressed that Van RYSSEL without Hammer, they probably are the team here that is a little less experienced, and they had no problem putting up that guard here in the first end. So that's a good sign about how they're feeling about the game.
Gotta be top four. Oh, take a look. Yep. Yes! Hard, guys, it looks really good. Yep. Right up. You guys got it. Gotta go. You got it. You gotta go. Hard. Nice throw.
Well, that was really good sweeping to get that there.
Yeah, no.
A really good encouragement from the on the sweep call.
I think it's us,
certainly no hesitation and no doubt in their mind.
Yeah.
Well, skips have to get rid of their energy somehow, right? Might as well yell.
So with that rock top of the forefoot, they'll peel off the guard.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Good. You don't need to move it much. And even if it's right here, that's fine. What turn do you like? I like this one. We know this one. Yeah.
And right from the start, Jill, we're going to have something to talk about. How tight do you want this rock to be if you're playing this shot?
Yeah, I think I don't know if what they ended up deciding. Did they? I thought at one time they were going to tap it. I think.
Certainly want to play tight to it. Is the call.
Up?
Gina Geisen, the third for the Springfield team.
Where? We're through? Whoa.
I'm going to tap it
That's
past.
fine.
She is still shot stone. You want it to be to the nose of that.
Little up.
Like if you overall, that's fine too. Nose is good. Oh, is there a split? Make it like this turn.
Yes, they didn't quite get up to the nose on that, and that was probably the key. And I think that was Julia's point with saying even if you're, even if you're light and you just freeze it on the nose, but the key was the angle on that one.
So this is the Dundas team third, Lauren Evison. Nearly perfect nose, little roll.
Great shot. 9-4.
Probably sits third shot, maybe even fourth. The two reds may both be beating it.
Yeah. So good chance here now. There's quite a big pocket at the back here for Gina to get one in there that it'll be very difficult to remove.
Yes! 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 Over it off! Yep, keep going to right here.
Yep.
Oh.
It's going to come short.
We're running a bit. That's fine.
Just a bit of an over adjustment for Gina on her speed there. She was just a little bit maybe heavy on the first one and over adjusted.
The other difference from your time, Jill, this year specifically, and many different years, Manitoba gets two teams. The second one earned by the champion last year by their finish at the National. And so the winner of this game actually knows they're going to go to the National Championship. They're going to be in the final, and clearly they want to win this provincial title. There's a prize of major significance, but taking off the pressure of the trip to the National probably helps in that final game.
Yeah, I would think that it does help for sure, but I also think that the two teams that will be in the final, despite them both getting the trip already, I think they'll want to be the ones wearing the full yellow Manitoba jackets.
It is the difference, isn't it? You get the full jacket, or you get the rather neutral colored Manitoba 2 jacket. So yellow lying, I'm still confident won.
Yes. Yeah, and they, Julia and Gina both just said they were sitting second and third shot, so just slightly light on Lauren's shot.
Her out-turn draw, she'll try to slide past that one in the 8 foot and try to corner onto the Yellowstone in the back 4. Indications are it's a little warm.
Yeah. Can't be heavy on shots like this.
Oh, way too much ice.
Well,
too much ice.
Yeah, but look where it curled to, right, Julia? Like, did you hear her saying that it's too much ice? But really, she had 6 feet too much weight.
Yeah.
So the line itself actually was quite good.
It was.
It was just that the speed was a bit too much, so it didn't curl over to get there. But on a shot like that, there has to be some discussion about the tolerance of the shot. Even if she stopped top 8, that was better than going through the house, because maybe she has a chance to use that on her last one.
Yeah, just throw same if you were gonna throw the draw. I don't think
So I think they're just playing the tap, Resby.
Probably playing the tap, and if they happen to sit just a little bit to the center line when that happens, they've sealed off the button as well. We'll keep a close eye on the other game on the ice as well. Is Zachary Norris's team from Curl Morris playing Nash Sugden, the U18 champion from Morden. Morris and Morden, I imagine there have been competitions between those two communities before. And that is the junior men's semifinal. Winner will advance. Jace Freeman has already advanced.
Gotta go to get this by.
Just perfect.
Great sweeping, but does she... Oh, yeah, it works out not too bad. Wow, great sweeping to get that by, that red one. So essentially, Julia has the same shot because Cassidy it curled so much she wasn't able to roll her shooter a little bit to the center line like we talked about. So Julia has another opportunity here to make an adjustment on her speed.
She's got to be into the top of the 4-foot. The angle of a corner freeze is going to have to be very cautious, because if it's got any open at all, there'll be a bang to remove the two reds from the back edge of the 4-foot.
Sweepers are saying it's more, I think.
No!
Clean, clean.
Yeah.
Line looks decent here.
Line looks very good.
Oh!
Curl a bit, curl a bit, curl a bit. Beauty.
Wow, that worked out really well. The sweepers were calling more, but I think her line was a little bit, she did take a little bit less ice, so maybe a bit of a fresher path and got to the right spot.
A lot better than it was. You don't need to. This one never goes anywhere. Yeah, as long as I hit. Do like backline hack? Just out of the 4-foot. Out of the 4-foot.
Just contact high side on this red stone and roll to stay in the 4-foot. You're going to push the yellow back onto red. You're going to score. Right now you're lying second and third shot. Probably that would be for a third, and if you happen to move both reds, for a fourth.
Yeah. Oh, she's looking at the run. Yeah, I think I would have been more likely to play at the red one that's on the button. I think she could probably see enough of it, and as we heard Aaron say, that yellow one in the back 4-foot's not going anywhere. Even if she got as much to the nose as she could and spun that red one out of the 4-foot, she might even get 3, maybe 4 if she moved both of those reds. So I guess she's going to play the red, yellow, red combination.
Yeah. No, I took a little less thinking I might overthrow it.
Cassidy Dundas.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Right up. Hard.
Wants to hit this rock high of center. Bang, 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 bang.
Nice shot.
Oh, nice shot. It's only for 2.
3?
2. Oh, maybe 3.
They're saying 3.
Oh, yeah.
Will there be a
3.
measure?
Yep. I needed that. Yep.
Well, I think they're gonna call for a measure on the
will.
3rd point, but that was a great shot for at least 2.
It really was. It really was. The see which of the officials drags himself out of his chair. I shouldn't say that way. I do have tremendous respect for the officials and the contribution that people like Greg Maywood, Derek Papanese, Debbie Schween make to the sport.
Yeah, just especially in a curling club environment, it's quite a bit colder out there than it is in an arena.
And I only made the drags himself out of his chair comment because we could see Greg sitting in that chair. We think it's yellow. Or do we?
It sounded, yeah.
It seemed to me the teams, but on the other hand, that can be a mind game as well. I will always claim it's mine.
Oh, here's a good look at it. Yeah, it looks like yellow in the overhead.
I'll always claim it's mine, A, because maybe the other guy will concede, but B,
exactly.
In the club, I figure if I've said it's mine, the other guy has to go walk over to get the measuring stick. So that's why I do that.
That went around quite far.
It's a well-trained official, too, keeping his head out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's that went around a few times. Definitely
so it
yellow.
is 3 on the board for the Cassidy Dundas team. They take the 3-0 lead after 1 over the Van RYSSEL team from Springfield. Resby Coots and Jill Officer will be back with you for the second end in just a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Well, 3 on the board in the first end for the Cassidy Dundas team. Maybe changes the way this game might have gone. No question, of course, their first rock is going to be right into the forefoot. And the Van RYSSEL team hits and rolls to the side.
You got it. Yeah, your weight last end was good. No, 10. No. Firm 10. Nope, curl.
Lead is Tessa Tarek.
Hard.
Saw that spot a lot in the games I covered yesterday, and there was a lot of rollouts in that area.
10-5s too. That was
Well, I've mentioned a couple of times through the games that I've had the privilege of doing that out turn side actually from the forefoot out is just a tricky spot. Out turn side, if you happen to be a right-hander, will continue to repeat.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, there typically tends to be a rollout over there, either because they're maybe not taking the right ice or overthrowing it, but I heard the conversation that it was a 10-3, which is usually pretty manageable speed.
Yep. Oh, you're good. Okay, nice sweep. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait for you. 10, yeah.
So the Van RYSSEL team gives an indication of being willing to play a fairly conservative end to kind of regroup after that 3 on the first.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised actually with the fact they put the guard up in the first end, that now that they have hammer, they haven't done that.
Clean. Maybe a little roll. Good. 10-5. You got it. You're right.
She was just telling me, and JC said, we said exact same.
Yep.
Nice 10.
Oh. Yep.
Out turn hit for Eva Armstrong.
Yep.
Hard.
Okay, nice shot.
Nice.
Both of those hits from the outside, good control of the weight, came right to the nose.
Clean. Oh, that was a hair more. Yep. Clean. Just clean. Go a little. Yep. Clean. Just clean. 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 Good. 10-3.
So it's going to be a pretty routine end, Jill.
Yeah, that's right. Be a routine end that will likely result in a blank at this point, unless we see a miss somewhere.
Yep.
No.
Go. Floating.
It's coming back. It's coming back. Nice shot.
Nice throw.
Roll to the outside.
You see the ice that Cassidy's taking there with that spot. It's less than the edge of the rock, which is pretty telling in terms of how straight it is.
Nope. 10.
Also telling in that, she's figured that out.
Curl.
Yes.
Hard. Hard curl.
This one looks to me like it will get the outside and roll. Will it roll right out? No.
Oh, just hung on.
Those nasty little biters.
Yeah. But you can see where Lauren hit that was right where the broom was. Now, Lauren, maybe she was a hair full, but it certainly did nothing.
Just wide.
Oh, just wide. There, she got the indication.
Important to be honest about that too, isn't it? In that situation, just
yeah,
so
absolutely.
That
It's
both
just
know.
Yeah, it's not to criticize. It's just to give the information
Yes.
so that you can make it better the next time.
Gina Geisen.
Whoa. 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 Yep. Yep. Nice shot.
I like the weight they're throwing.
Yes.
I made the comment in the earlier game, and I would repeat: if this were the young men, those rocks would have been going quite a bit faster.
Yeah. When they should actually be going slower
Well,
because they have the
exactly.
ability to hold them longer with sweeping.
Yep. Clean. 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 Good. 10-6. Sorry. Yeah, I'm liking that one.
Just a 10, Gina. You got it. All you.
Well, looking across, we can't tell you what's happened in the Sugden Norris game because they haven't put the first end score on the board. But Sugden does have last rock in the second, and I believe he had last rock in the first. Oh, he must have blanked. Deductive reasoning there.
Yes. I was also thinking that because they hadn't put the score up, it was probably a blank.
Yeah. Cassidy Dundas' first stone here in the second end. Job one is to kill the red stone.
Yep, hard. Clean, 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 clean. It looked like it was going right on my hand, then you backed it right off, so.
It's a 10.
Your career, Jill,
I think.
I'm not saying it has ended, but let's be just jumping back a few years since you last played seriously competitively. Was just at the front edge of when all of this ability with the brooms to move the rocks was just kind of starting. Would you like to be playing now? You were a good sweeper. Would you like to be doing what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, it's good. Or yes, I guess the answer would be simply because there's so much responsibility on the sweepers now. Not that there wasn't when I was also playing. It's just a lot more strategic almost now. I went through the time where we first discovered what some of the brooms were actually doing on the ice, and that particular year, I didn't really love being a sweeper.
Right.
Because it changed every weekend. Everything. There was something more drastic every weekend, and that I sort of didn't love was having to I didn't mind having to keep up with the changes, but when it was happening every week, that was very challenging, I thought. So I think that we've just learned a lot. I think we're probably still a pretty young sport when you talk about science and research, and we're also not a multi-million-dollar sport that can afford to spend money on all of that. So I think it'd be interesting to be a sweeper now, and there's certainly a lot more onus on them.
All you.
So Dundas with her final stone here. Just trying to find a spot where maybe Van RYSSEL makes a bit of a mistake and ends up giving up one, but she's going to come short of the rings.
It'll be a pretty straightforward blank for Julia.
This is just to try to find my draw weight.
Oh, she's going to draw?
She's going to take one.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll try. I'm just trying to find my draw weight, so this gives me a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I'd probably argue against that. Honestly, I guess if she's thinking about scoring in the even ends, maybe that's partially. But we are quite early in the 10-end game to be really concerned about playing to score in the even ends. So my thought here would be no hesitation, but to play the blank and try to get a multiple point score in the next end.
But it may truly be a frame of mind situation where she just really is not confident and needs to have an idea what draw weight is for next end.
Just gotta sit.
Oh,
we're fine. That's fine.
Or maybe you throw the draw so you stop exactly an inch through the ring so that you know exactly what draw weight is. But in fact, she's going to put it, if I'm sweeping this, I'm going to put it on the button for her.
Yes,
That's
that too.
the flip side of that. It's awfully darn close. It is a single point. It is 3-1 for Dundas over Van RYSSEL. And for the third end, I believe we're going to have Maureen Bonner join you, Jill. I'm going to step aside and you get to be both commentator and interviewer while you talk with Maureen Bonner, well-known local curler, world senior champion, Scottish champion, and coach of the Assiniboine College Cougars men's curling team. We'll be back with that in a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. The kids and even adults, they didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without Broom Caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
we're back in the Brandon Curling Club. It is the third end. The Van RYSSEL team has elected to take a single point on the second. They trail 3-1 to Cassidy Dundas. And yes, if you were paying attention at the start of that break, this is Resby Coots. I am not Maureen Bonner. She didn't quite make it for wit. She's going to join us when she does have the opportunity. And meantime, Jill, we'll just charge on.
Yes.
Interesting development with that draw. The desire to attack, just missing, and I feel like you need that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just and I mean, she made good. She had great draw rate, so maybe she's more comfortable now, and we'll go after it a little bit more. We'll see. She did put up a guard again without hammer, so no fear for putting up a guard when they don't have hammer, but didn't put one up when they did.
Beautiful rock.
Nice.
The guard not quite to the center line, but
Really nice.
Really nice.
a very usable guard.
Yeah, and a nice draw there by Jillian as well to get down to that Dundas stone.
Line's good. Top 4. Line's good. Top 8. Yep. Top 8. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
This is Tessa Tarek's second stone. Try to come right to the nose of that. They're going to get a little bit across it if they get to it.
Curl, 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 curl.
Center guard. Gotta be a center guard though, okay? I'll give you a little more so we can curl it.
Yeah, it just had not quite enough weight on that one to even get it down to the red one. Maureen is now here. Maureen Bonner joining our broadcast for the third end. Maureen, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for the invite to come and sit in for a bit here.
Yeah, so you're just back from the college championships, is that right?
Yes, the U Sport and CCAA, which is college national championships. We were in Lethbridge and just got back last night.
Really nice rock, Eva.
It was a really good experience for our team. So we're just building the program. So
yeah, no, tell me about the program. I didn't mention that you're actually with Assiniboine Community College.
So Assiniboine College, we just started the program last year, program for curling, and we have 100% support from the president of Assiniboine. So we're really, really fortunate that way. And we, second year at Nationals, there's no other college in Manitoba, so we get a direct berth into the national championships, which is awesome. And yeah, we started the program and building it, and I'm here kind of trying to recruit some young players to think of Assiniboine to come and try curling and sign up for a college program. We've got lots to offer at AC, and yeah, it's exciting.
Great. And you've just gotten kind of back into the coaching with being involved with them, hey?
Yeah, so I took on the coaching role. We didn't have anybody last year, just myself, but we've branched out and have Brendan Stewart, who is a well-known mixed player. And so he took on the women's team, and I coached the men's team this year. And we're looking at holding an ID camp March 9th.
Right, I was going to ask about that. That's coming up pretty quick. So what's involved with that?
So this, we actually received a very gracious donation from Brent and Rena Mills. Brent used to be the president at AC, so his heart is definitely from a curling background. So he has supported this program, and so in honor of him, we're putting on the first inaugural ID camp, and it's going to happen at Brandon March 9th at 2 o'clock till 5, and you can register for it on the AC site.
Perfect.
We're hoping to get up to 16, if we can, athletes that will come out. You can be grade 11 and 12 and still come out as well. But that also doesn't mean that we also have an open tryout in the first of the year of the college. So either one, we'd like to see you and get a chance to talk with you and present some of the programs that we have there.
You got it.
I just have to add, because I'm so proud of it, but we have the best program going. I talked to some of the other coaches at the Nationals, and we have 100% support from the college, and they cover our league fees, they cover our travel, our bond spill fees, everything. So there's no burden on the athlete when you come to AC, and that's really, really special. You and I know how much curling costs. So.
Yes.
Although
it's still cheaper than a lot of other sports.
Absolutely, it's still a lot cheaper than other sports, but I'm sure every little bit helps, and if we can start getting some scholarships involved with the curling and the athletic part or academic part of it, we're excited about that.
Excellent. And you also just won a championship yourself.
Oh yes, the body is still moving. So I tried. We just won the Masters at the Provincials.
Yeah,
and,
congratulations.
Neufeld team as well. So kudos to them. And
where are you off to now?
We're off to Sault Ste. Marie.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Jill.
What have you been seeing? I know you just got back last night from Lethbridge, but you've been here a good chunk of the day. What are you seeing with the curling amongst these youth?
Well, I love the fact that their skill level and their technique is very solid, and they're just, you can tell that they've played a lot. They're confident in their strategy, and it's really wonderful to see such young players, especially on this team. I just noticed, I talked to them before they went out, the then RYSSEL team.
Yes.
They have 3 15-year-olds on their team.
They do.
That bodes well for curling.
Yes. Yeah, to be playing at this level at 15 already is a good sign.
So all those out there that haven't even started, it's not too late.
That's right. Curling is a good sport to pick up a little bit later, even if you haven't played much for other sports. You don't have to start curling when you're 6 or 8 years old. You can start when you're 14, 15, even 20.
Absolutely. Well, we have a great story. One of our hockey players from AC jumped over to curling this year because she was done with her hockey career, and so she'd never thrown a rock before, and she was our 5th at Nationals, and she just did so wonderfully. She actually played her first national game, and so she's been at 2 nationals, hockey and curling.
Nice. That's great. So Dundas, we haven't talked much about what's happening here, but Dundas trying to make a bit of a double here to sit a handful. And very nice shot there by Lauren Evanson to sit 3. And now pressure is on Van RYSSEL, being down 3 already. Definitely will want to get rid of a couple here.
Well, I just have to do a shout out though to you and the Curl Manitoba for the high performance programs that you're running and all the support that you're giving the coaches across of Manitoba. It's great to see these young curlers out here and their skill level and their commitment to the sport. That's one thing. It's hard to push people to get out and practice, but these guys are so keen, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah. For sure, and all of the Van RYSSEL team has been in my high performance program at one time or another. A couple of them still are, and I think a couple of the girls on Dundas and lots of the other players out here. So we do our best. Thank you for the shout out. We do our best to try to help improve their skills. Nice double there by Julia to eliminate a couple of yellows. Don't really want to give up two points here, really, though, when you're already down, or pardon me, down 2. I think I said down 3. They haven't put up the score.
Well, sorry, Jill, the first end was very entertaining. There was a lot of rocks in play right off the bat. That was some really great shot making.
Yes, I agree. I was going to ask you what you think the hardest part of now coaching being behind the bench is, because I know I've had my own experience now in the last few years, but I want to know, what you think after playing for someone, and you still do play, but what's it like to be on the other side and see it from that perspective now?
Well, I have to work on my leaky face.
Yeah,
is the biggest problem that I have, because it's the athletes are looking at you when they miss a shot or whatever, and it's like I have to keep this stone face. Yes. So I am working on that, but I'm.
Do you practice in the mirror?
I'm just but I should. But yeah, it's you work nowadays. You work from a screen, and you're doing a lot of FaceTime and stuff like that. So you have to show a lot of leaky face to get some excitement going. And it's the opposite, coaching and just having to really, be on top of key things that you can say. You don't have a lot of time. It's not like you're out there the whole time and you can walk through those things. You have to couple things and then you go and back to the next end. But it's enjoyable because I can see, what I love is seeing their enjoyment and seeing their progress, and when they do something that they unexpectedly didn't think they could do and they did it, and they're just so excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. So Julia trying to maybe potentially make a double there, but just over curl, so comes up to the nose, and
Take a little less because there's lots of room to go low.
Cassidy's choosing to play the hit here. Actually, she could draw on the in-turn side, but maybe feels a bit more comfortable with this spot in the ice, perhaps, that wants to play a hit.
The ice has been pretty consistent through the whole.
Yeah, it has been pretty consistent. Yeah, it's curling up nice. There's the odd spot that they're getting caught on it being a touch. Resby and I talked earlier in the game. There's an out turn coming home here. It's just a touch straighter that they have to bring their weight down and make sure they have the right ice in order to stick around. There's a lot of high side rolling out, but there won't be a rollout on that one. That will be 2 points for Cassidy, Dundas, and team, and they will now go up by a score of 5-1 after 3 ends of play here in the Provincial Junior Women's semifinal. And we will be back with more. Thank you very much, Maureen, for joining us and giving us some information on the program at Assiniboine College. And good luck with the future teams.
Thanks very much.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon and Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice. And pizza choice. And salad choice. And so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Back in the Brandon Curling Club, Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Women's Championship semi-final game between Cassidy Dundas and the Van RYSSEL team from Springfield. Dundas scores a pair and throws their first rock into the forefoot. Van RYSSEL again plays a hit. It's difficult to think exactly what to say. I would rather have seen a draw frozen to the front of that rock in the forefoot than a hit. I would rather have seen a guard.
Yes, I mean, being down 4 You know, if you were down 2, I could see delaying the guard, maybe throwing it on the second lead rock, which maybe she is now. Yes, Julia is doing that now. Being down 4, I think you kind of got to get at it a little bit earlier and probably put that guard up the first time.
So we can see from the guard call here that she just wasn't comfortable with a rock in the forefoot.
Yes.
And then, so that now that this one is wide, she's playing the guard, and so you begin to get a sense of her comfort level.
We're 1.
Yeah, and then it'll be really important that they make this guard properly, because it's kind of their only chance at.
Here, let me curl it.
So it's probably a little higher than they would like to have for a guard. You know, it's the longer the guard, the easier it is to chase around it. And now Cassidy's going to beat her to it and come right around top, probably biting top 8 foot here, just choke off that opportunity for Julia to draw behind.
You'd like to see that guard a little bit inside halfway? Is that?
Yes, I would say, yeah. And maybe on this ice you could get away with halfway. So it's maybe a little bit on the straighter side, but usually when you're getting a lot of movement, you want it to be tighter to make it harder for chasing around those guards.
Okay, that's fine. Good.
But it is going to sit wide open, or almost wide open.
Just top 8.
Julia's going to play a freeze on this.
Yeah, just a corner freeze.
I like this call.
The angles on the 2 yellows are right, that if it's frozen there and then hit, the other one probably is a catcher.
Looks down.
Little up.
Looks down.
Really close.
Yep.
Get it clean.
Yep.
Yes.
We're curling. Yep. Yep.
So I don't want to tap this too far if they.
Yep.
I don't think they're heavy now, actually.
Yep. Hard. Hard. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh. Okay. Nice feet.
Nice throw. Square 1, 2. You just rip. Rip? Yeah.
So as much as we talked about the guard maybe being a bit on the high side and having the ability to chase around it, they have the opportunity to get rid of it right now. They're not in any danger in the house. I think if that red one was in a different spot, they would consider something differently. But, you know, they're in a position now. They're saying sitting 2, it makes sense for them to get rid of that guard.
To draw.
And now the out-turn attempt to go around the 2 in the front of the rings. Key here, obviously, 2 keys, weight and ice. Is it a little too much ice?
No, we're close.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, especially on this out-turn side. And Eva needs to just throw a few feet. Needed to throw a few feet more weight. We'll see if she has that
she's
here.
found the spot where it's going to curl. So she's going to get it past. Again, just light the top of the rings.
Yeah, she threw almost the same weight.
But it was tracking nicely.
It was, yeah. And that is the way to miss that. You want to be on the lighter side. It gives you an opportunity to use those rocks and maybe maneuver them around later. But now Cassidy not wanting to leave anything much around, even though they're still sitting 2. They need to get rid of a couple of these rocks in the control area.
Clean. Yep. Yep. 10-5. Yep. Yep. Hard, you got it. Yep. Hard.
She will be almost perfectly to the nose of it.
Nice shot. 10-69.
Or we can just do this now.
Either or is fine.
I think just this for now.
2 good alternatives. Jill, which one do you like best?
Yeah, I think I like this one for now. Leave that red one in that front area so that you have something to work with. There's an opportunity here to roll behind. I think you'll get more out of this at this point.
Third, Gina Geisen.
No.
This is that straight side that we've talked about.
Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. It's all good.
Just difficult to get it to cross the nose of that rock.
Yeah, it seems challenging over there, and I mean, again, I'm going to point out the ice here that Cassidy's taking while they are trying to roll and get to the inside and trying to roll. That's a pretty straight spot.
10-5, hair more. Whoa. Hair more. Curl.
Third, Lauren Evison.
Curl. Hard. Hard curl. Okay.
So if you're not going to roll under, that's second best alternative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roll wide, still second shot.
Definitely. So now Julia will play this. I mean, Julia could also play the draw on the outturn side here, on the right-hand side of your screen. They were trying to hit and roll under because if you...
Oh, never.
Sounds like Gina was maybe just a bit wide. Going to come up enough, though, that works out pretty good.
Worked out very well.
You play that. I think so.
So it is buried, shot stone. They'll run the yellow back. Or will they play past the edge of it?
Yeah, I think I like the run back here just simply because that outturn is just so straight. You're not getting a lot of finish on the hits on that spot, so I think it's actually easier to play the run back in this situation.
Among other things, if there does happen to be a little bit of trick to that fall there, it just slides past and picks it out anyway.
Right.
See,
Yes,
that's the difference between you and me. You think of it from the maid perspective. I think of it from the I'll probably miss. So what's going to happen when I miss perspective? And that's just not chatter, folks. That's proven fact. The difference between Jill Officer's career and mine. Cassidy Dundas with her first here in the fourth end.
Clean. Whoa. Nope. Curl. 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 Hit.
Clips it just enough, but will roll out. So a couple of shots ago when Dundas's team actually rolled out to this rock, or rolled out this rock over here, it was a good thing that they stuck for second shot because now Van RYSSEL obviously has to deal with it. But if it had rollen out, Van RYSSEL would probably not only be playing a split right now, but Van RYSSEL would have played a different shot that they actually would have been in a position to score 2 or 3. So it was really key. My point being that it was really key that a couple of shots ago this rock stuck around for a second shot.
But is it still not the possibility that you can score a couple by playing a tap on the red stone on the center line and pushing it up to the forfeit?
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. Just off nose. Now, no. Nice
But it
throw.
will stick, and does it bite? Oh, probably not.
To it might be it, so I think we just hit and roll. Yeah. I think there. It's right.
That's veteran experience. It just might be in, so let's hit it.
Yeah, and I mean I don't blame them because if they
Fighting like the ring around the ring. So
I mean the only other shot they could play is maybe a draw if they really wanted to force Julia to make a shot even for a single. But you'd hate to leave it wide open and leave her a shot for 2. So this is a safe call, especially being up a few points.
Being up 4, it's a safe, a right call. You're quite correct. Final stone of the end for Cassidy Dundas.
Yep.
But she does want to be counting when she's done with this.
Okay. Sorry.
Is not. giving Van Rysel the opportunity to play a little split.
What are you throwing? A little more.
Back 8.
Back 8?
What do you think? Is it going to curl that much?
I'd say a little less. I'd like here.
No, I think we should go back.
Okay.
So they'll play split. She doesn't have to move the rock very far and roller shoot her in.
What? No.
But cannot hit very much of the red rock because it makes it a fairly long roll to bite.
That's right. Yeah, she has to hit it reasonably thin.
A very important shot, both from the perspective of the scoreboard, but also from the perspective of confidence.
Yes.
Final stone of the fourth end is Julia Van Rysel.
Hard, yes!
She just got that going a little bit, so it's curling already.
Yes, 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 yes! Oh!
She's at risk of, in fact, raising a yellow one on.
At this point, yes! Yes!
Oh! It's on the yellow!
Did she
And
tap
got
it?
her own, got them both.
Oh. Both look close, actually. Oh.
We
One.
did here. One yellow, kicked them off, so it is a stolen single. A 6-1 lead for Dundas over Van Rysel. After 4, we'll be back with the fifth end from the Brandon Curling Club in just a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
Well, we're back in the Brandon Curling Club. Tough break for the Van Rysel team. An attempt to play a split to score 2, at least score 1, over curled and rubbed a Yellowstone onto the rings for a steal of 1. And the Dundas team from the Heather Curling Club takes a 6-1 lead. And once again, I commend the Dundas team. Every time they've scored, they have put their first rock right in the forefoot and always in front of the tee line. It's they've been very consistent in that, but now we see the Van Rysel team play that corner guard.
Those lead rocks are just so important to get the placement of those rocks in really good spots. It makes such a difference on the rest of the end.
Across the way in the young men's semifinal, Nash Sugden and his team from Morden have scored a pair of deuces. 2 on the second, gave back 1 on the third to the Norris team, 2 more on the fourth, so they lead 4-1 after the fourth end. And it's the parallel situation there. The winner of this game will earn the second spot at the National Championship and advance to the final against Jace Freeman, looking for the Provincial Championship.
So good conversation there just about whether to put up another guard or whether to come in. Julia's first thought was to come in, and then she sort of questioned it, which I think is good. But now they just sort of said, okay, let's play the draw, and if you're short, that's okay. But it wasn't super clear to me what the actual best result was. So I think it's just, that's sometimes the communication that needs to take place. Because I think the guard is actually the better call here, given being down 5. This has worked out really good. That's perfect setup on one side for corner guards.
I top 12? Yeah. I know.
This is Erin Zerfus, the second for Cassidy Dundas, and she'll go to the top of the rings in front of those two that are in the forefoot.
Easy. Line's fine. Line's good. Could curl. No, line's good. Line's good. On its own. Whoa. Sit. No, just let it sit. Okay, good. Sorry.
Pretty good shot. Maybe curled a little bit too much.
You got it.
Chance for Van RYSSEL to hit and roll behind that good corner guard setup they have.
And if she gets the perfect roll, she'll also clip a couple of yellow ones.
Yes!
Yep.
Whoa! Whoa.
Nice throw.
Wanted just a little more roll.
Yeah. 10-5. Okay. Stay close. It might go off the line.
I did have a chance to work with this Dundas team maybe a month ago or so. We did some stuff on sweeping and sweep management, and I was really impressed with the communication that they already had around that. I gave them a few tips. I'd like to think I did.
Yeah, I'd like to think you had some in there. Yeah.
But I said to them after, I was like, watching what your routines are here with your sweeping and your communication between the sweepers and the thrower, even before you throw, and what that path is going to do, and just how to manage that stone. I was quite impressed for a youth junior team to have all of that sort of stuff nailed down.
Well, in their earlier game, earlier today, Sean Taylor and I both remarked on just the level of communication generally in fact, on both teams, the Hayward and the Dundas team.
It's such a significant key to the success of a team. It's just really, really important. Everyone has to be on the same page for every shot. Everyone has to know what the weight's called, what the path is going to do, what the tolerance on the shot is. And for everybody to be on that same page, then it's much easier to manage each shot.
And I'm going to suggest that, again, jumping back those years to when you were playing at the junior level, teams acknowledge the need for communication, but it wasn't the same as this in any way.
And I think, we talked a little bit about when I was in juniors already, but it was very different time as a sweeper. My job was to call what the weight was, to judge the weight, and yell that to the skip, and then I was told what to do.
Right.
Whereas now there's a lot more responsibility on the sweepers, and they'll be more involved in the shot. They'll have more understanding of how to sweep it based on the tolerance, how to sweep it based on the path. All of those things are now more of the responsibility of all of the players than it was, 20, 30 years ago. So there's just a lot more involvement, and everyone has to have a really high curling IQ these days.
Whoa.
Gina Geisen.
Never.
The Dundas team got a wonderful roll just right in front of their own stone.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little inside roll.
Hard roll. Yes. Okay.
I would have been tempted to sweep that in the end when they could see that maybe they weren't going to get enough curl for it to roll, because the nose there would have been a good result too. And those are some of those little nuances we talk about, the communication. You know, just understanding when you have to change maybe the plan A and take that risk to make that decision.
10. Solid. Clean. No. No. Curl.
So again, she's going to hit and roll back to center. Roll back almost perfectly in front, not quite this time, so the double is much easier.
We need 2 at least. We're down to 3 rocks. We need 2. We don't, we need 2.
Okay, let's cover then.
You want to come in?
Yeah.
Even if you're here, that's fine. Because, yeah, we'll go for it. Top 4.
So I like the call on the guard here, but on the come around. They need to really discuss where to put this though, because there is a double on those yellows, but they want to make sure they're not about to put this red one in a position that when they get the chance to play that double, that it doesn't jam onto their own. So I don't think they want this.
Lots of room.
I think either just like half in the top 8, and if it's a little bit heavy, take it back a little bit.
Oh, wait.
Just so that it's out of the way of playing that double.
Okay, then curl. Too much ice, Gina, that's my bad.
It's okay. Nice judge, guys.
How's perfect weight?
It is almost wide open.
Yep. Okay.
It's deep enough to protect against what you were talking about, but not covered at all.
Right.
And in truth, at exactly that depth, if it were covered, it would be pretty much lined up for that jam the way you talked about it.
That's right, yeah. That's why I was saying it had to be a little bit higher or quite a bit deeper.
Hair tie it. Yep, clean. Yep. Okay, wall. Just clean.
A little concern about the guard, but in the end, no problem.
That one didn't back off like the other one. So do you ever come here?
You can't get there. No.
Are we going here then? Or even here?
I see a little hit and roll. What do you see, Joe?
I see the same thing, Risby, yep. I think they just have to make sure that they over-roll, if anything, like roll a little bit farther, because if they roll,
Needs to be here though.
if they roll just to the top 4 where Gina's broom is right now, Cassidy could still have a bit of a slash to
Slash
get
on the
rid of it.
outside
So I
one,
think
yeah.
they actually want to roll to the edge of the forefoot. Looks like they're playing corner freeze. I think the thing that you need to consider on a shot like this is if you play the corner freeze, you have to corner freeze it in such a way that you're actually going to be second shot. And if you do corner freeze it and leave them shot, they may just choose to throw a guard and you don't have much of a shot on your last one.
Yes.
You're down.
Well, it is the out turn draw freeze.
Yep.
Hard, guys. Line's perfect.
Hard then. Line's great.
Line's
yes.
great. Hard.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh. Watch it. Watch it. No bounce. No bounce. No bounce.
Yes, and you also cannot bounce on this.
Does bounce, sits wide open, virtually up the center of the rings. And
Yeah,
a nose hit just kills you.
Yeah, exactly. I think even just playing that corner freeze, if she hadn't bumped it, as I said before, Cassidy could consider just playing a guard, and Julia's in tough on her last one. Now they're going to nose this, and Julia's going to be in tough to score on her last one.
Dundas with a nose hit attempt is going to be almost a little bit of roll.
Oh yeah, they were a little bit relaxed on that line call.
Really
I would have been yelling pretty loud on that. I saw it curling off the line. So there is a chance here now for Julia.
Simply put, she's got to draw to the forefoot.
And she just threw a draw, so she's not far off. She thought weight was perfect on her last one, but she does have to remember she did tap it a couple of feet, so it was probably more of a back four weight. So she'll want to be very mindful not to throw anything more.
Looking across at the young men's sheet, Sugden leads by 3, but he's throwing his last rock. Norris has last.
Line's a little tight.
And Sugden is looking at a pair buried.
Whoa line.
Oh, guys.
So here's the Van RYSSEL draw.
Do we need the rub? Are you looking for the rub?
Whoa. It's gotta sit. It's gotta sit. Whoa. Never.
Only if you need
yes,
to.
Yes, then. Yep. Hard all the way,
Going
all
to
the way,
get
all
to
the
the
way.
corner of the Yellowstone. Yes, she is for a single point, and that is a 6-2 lead now for Dundas over Van RYSSEL. And we'll be back with end number 6 after the mid-game break.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Goldeyes, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum. Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Women of the Rings Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Today's sponsor, RME, right by you.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, Come talk to your PharmaSafe pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSafe.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSafe. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Goldeyes, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Museum.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. The kids and even adults, they didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
We're back into the second half of our game between Julia Van RYSSEL from Springfield, Cassidy Dundas from the Heather Curling Club, Resby Coots and Jill Officer with you. And when I say Cassidy Dundas from the Heather Curling Club, I want to acknowledge that really deep in her heart she is from Erickson. And from you and I, Jill, greetings to Scott Gray and all the folks at Erickson where their Bonspiel is underway. But Scott specifically because he's, I understand, been the youth curling coordinator in that community for quite some little while, and justifiably proud of Cassidy Dundas. So greetings to you folks in Erickson, but I also want to say thank you to Scott, and while I mention only his name, dozens, hundreds of people like him across the province, and who put time into helping young people at the front end of their curling career. They're
definitely
heart and soul of what we accomplish.
Yeah, we need them. So pretty high guard up by the hog line by the Van RYSSEL team that doesn't help them out a whole lot, so hopefully Jillian can get this guard in a good place for them to use.
Trying to get that rock to the center line and then just light enough that they couldn't get it to curl across to the center. So come at it from the other side, try to get the one on the center line halfway in.
Hard, guys. Hard, guys.
Looking over at the young men's game, the Norris team scored a pair on the fifth end, so they trail 4-3. And that attempt to get center line guard just stops just before it gets across the hog line.
Yeah, that's a tough go for Van RYSSEL. They really needed a couple of good guards there. Sometimes that fifth end break, it can be a helpful and it can be a hindrance. So sometimes it's an opportunity to defocus for a short period of time, but you have to remember to bring it back pretty quickly.
You've got to refocus if you defocus. Is defocus even really a word?
That's a good question. I always called it that. I felt like my sports psychologist called it that.
No? Okay, then it is.
I think you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Now I'm going to look it up, though.
So Van RYSSEL a little more emphatically saying we got to have this guard.
It is a word.
Well, and if you're checking with the same folks who say that the Gulf of America is really the Gulf of America, then I don't have any confidence in
we're
your
gonna go
source
there, are we?
either. No, we're not. I'm just telling you.
But yes, fair point. But that was the Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, well, then,
is
okay.
what popped up.
And then you know that a guy as old as me has confidence in the Oxford Dictionary.
Yes.
This rock is going to slide tight to the rings.
It's all right.
Even if it stopped short of the rings, it's still, Cassidy can still remove it from play.
10-5. 10-5.
It might, in fact, be the tighter the better, and a better chance of jamming it back. But she's going to get to the nose of it with this hit, maybe even across the nose. And roll on.
So good chance to use these yellows that are at the behind the tee line.
I can officially report, Jill, that once again I did not win the 50-50.
Thanks for your donation.
Thanks for the donation.
Gotta go if it's light. Look up. Yep. Where are we? We're there?
We're close. It's coming off.
So the draw is going to be a pretty good one. To the top edge of the forefoot. Oh, right back and almost frozen.
Yeah, really
very
nice shot
stone.
by Eva.
It really is a donation, isn't it? You know, you go through all of these events, there's always a 50-50, and folks are always pretty eager or willing to hand over their $5 bill. There's, none of us are gamblers, really. Well, that's not true. Some are gamblers, but this is not really gambling. This is a donation with the possibility. And I certainly don't tell my wife how many times I spend $5 on a 50-50 that I don't win. Peeling off the long guard, going to run it straight through. A little bit of a break for the Van RYSSEL team, and they need every little bit of a break that they can get.
Yeah, that is a bit of a break, especially given that they rolled that one into the rings. Because of that, I'd actually be tempted to try to move these.
That's fine. Right? Okay. I like this.
Now that I get a good look at it, though, it is a little bit difficult with that long guard.
That rock did stay right on the hog line, as you can see.
Yeah, and it stays in play because it made contact with another rock.
Looks good.
You don't see it often, but occasionally you'll see that one hit, and then the next one hit, and a guard that's 2 or 3 feet out past the hog line.
Mm-hmm. You know, they might be able to get to the nose of this. This is hanging out there quite a bit, but
curling at the end, they're going to be into the top of the forefoot. They are going to be frozen. Not quite frozen, and not a great angle.
No, not a great angle at all. It actually gives Cassidy a chance to make some noise in there if they really wanted. Yeah, that guard is very high. So it's almost not a guard, but it's also a bit of a pain.
Yeah, like if you can get to nose, it pushes that red from the sauce. I don't think so.
Gonna have a coach interaction.
Half? I was thinking if we're coming for it, we try and hit the one.
Yeah, I don't mind running the one, and you'll probably get everything.
Yeah.
If you hit it right, but you have to kind of hit it across the face of the 5.
Yeah.
Right?
If you can get to nose, that's good. And they're gonna
Because if you hit the one, you'll probably spin the 5 right to the button.
About once or twice an event, I mention a very good friend, Rick Fulton, who I curled with in university, and he always played lead or second, and I usually skipped, and he would tell me that yellow guard is nothing but a mental hazard.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
The absolute word he would just stand, and I got so accustomed to him telling me that.
Yes.
And then he got so accustomed to me hitting that mental hazard shot after shot.
Throwing at this?
That's not true. I did miss it a few times, but
I do like this call though. This was my first thought.
Just like try to clip as much of it you can. Yeah, if I come. Okay. Okay, you got
Well, they're going to move 3 or 4 stones here. Those yellow rocks really are not doing the Dundas team any good anymore either.
No, they're definitely more benefit to Van RYSSEL.
A hit past the mental hazard. Yes. 1 red gone, 2 reds gone, 2 yellow, a yellow gone.
Really nice shot by Lauren there. I really liked that call, and that was a real well-thrown rock. Good line call.
Red does still lie the 1, biting the 12-foot.
Yeah, and there is that little biter over on the
on
left
the
that
edge.
you have to keep your eye on still. So as much as that was a great shot, there is still a chance here for Van RYSSEL to get something set up for a couple. But I think for Dundas, they needed to move some stuff around.
Whoa!
Looks close.
Looks close.
Looks close.
Curl. 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 Hard. 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 Hard.
Hard curl. Hard curl.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
She's left her the same track.
Yeah.
10? Or do you need less? 10? I think we can go forward. Okay. Okay, you got it. You got it.
Third, Lauren Evison.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Follows a wonderful first shot with a more routine second shot.
Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, hard. Ah.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Just got by that top red one.
Yeah. Just got by the back yellow one.
Yeah. But it did stick for shot rock.
You like him hit and roll, or you like him drawing?
Really gotta tighten this up because we really have to be about here.
You got it.
I would be tempted to consider just drawing around their own red one, simply because it's closer to the 4 foot, and as we've talked about, that guard is just so high. Coming behind this, it leaves a chance for Cassidy Dundas to still chase it around that long guard, just because it is so long.
So you and I are thinking the same thing, but there is a generational difference in our thought process. I would have been thinking about tapping the red one straight back.
Yes, you could do that too. Yes. Absolutely. And maybe that's even a better call, I would like to say, Resby, simply, based on ice conditions and stuff, it might actually be easier to tap it straight back than to try to fully bury it.
Well, for sure your call is the call on the ice we see on television these days. My call is much more an old school straighter ice call.
Whoa.
Let it sit. Let it sit.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
She does stop for shot rock. Maybe.
Yeah,
No, I think so.
I think it is, yeah.
I think so. And when we see the long shot, we'll see how well buried it is behind that very long, touching the hog line guard. It's over buried there.
Yeah, I heard Aaron say he could actually come at it the other way even. It is a little bit straighter on that side, but given the length of that guard, I think that would be makeable to come around on the out turn.
And you could look at that from the perspective of losing your own yellow one and the red one at the same time. You're still going to be sitting 2.
Yes. And it's not that this call is wrong. They may want to stay away from that out turn, just given that it does run quite a bit straighter on a bigger weight or extra weight shot.
But the guard couldn't get much farther than from the rings.
That's right.
So it's Cassidy's first stone.
Okay, line's good. Real, line's good. We need to come down to it. Curl. 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 Curl then. Curl.
Be great if they could sweep this now and just tap it a couple of inches.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Just like that.
So now yellow does lie 2.
You like same ice?
Yep.
And Julia will try again to get it higher in the rings, but buried to try to steal a point.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
You may have just heard a rather loud bang. That was Nash Sugden, and it was a rock collision. Just to be clear, it was not any kind of an emotion-filled broom bang. No, that was a rock contacted, but no positive result for the Sugden team. The Norris team lies 2 behind cover, drawing to put a third guard on, looking to steal 2 in the 6th end. Van Ryssel's in-turn draw past the guard has to be full in the 8-foot circle. Strong sweep by Geisen. Nice sweep.
Oh, really good sweeping. And they did get it there for shot,
They did
Rock.
get it there for shot. And fully buried.
I don't think I can play that. Yeah. I don't know. Like you might be able to just push it back enough for 2. I don't know if that'll move enough though. I don't know if it'll move. I was thinking like if I could ever just skinny that, if I just touch this like a draw weight, I get like
Same way you just threw.
Like yeah, pretty much the exact same shot.
Yep.
Just a little tighter line. Just so we make sure we get there. Because where did I throw?
We gave you there?
Yeah, that I threw in.
Probably through there.
I don't hate just like half of the nose.
Okay.
So
You're
they-
14-5, Cassidy.
Yeah, so they're just discussing. They didn't look at too much else other than trying to just tap this rock a little bit and roll in. If she can tap it far enough, they get it. They don't have to tap it very far to get 2. And which being up 4 already at 2 is pretty big. So they're just going to throw the same weight. I think the only other option was to maybe come with that straight side out turn, which would have been tricky. She could have just picked it for 2 as well, but she just did play this shot, so I like the call.
It is the final stone of the 6th end, Cassidy
Line's
Dundas.
close. Line's close. Real. Curl. Yep. Yes. Hard. Yep.
Going to be by the guard.
Curl. Curl. Whoa.
She's got the weight. She will rub and roll for 1. The question is whether she can turn it into 2.
Oh, I don't know if she pushed it quite far enough.
Not a single, it would appear.
I think they actually needed to hit that a little
Yeah,
bit
one
thinner
for
than
sure.
they did, but they were trying to make it curl.
I say just 1, but we can stick it if you want.
No, I'm seeing just 1. Yeah. Yeah.
So 1 yellow, and we're just going to give you a little old-time radio on the on sheet C before we take the break in this game. Nash Sugden faces 3 in the forefoot, by 1 biting the forefoot, 1 biting the button, 1 biting the back of the forefoot. Got a couple of guards, and Sugden is trying to pick a rock on the top of the forefoot sideways to kill a couple. This rock is underway. He's giving up 1 for sure. The question is, will he do better than that? You bet. He kills a pair, gives up a single steal, but that game is now tied 4-4. Norris steals 1. So that's 4-4 in the junior men's semifinal, and it is 7-2 Dundas over Van Ryssel in our junior women's game. We'll be back with end number 7 in a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Women of the Rings Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Today's sponsor, RME, right by you.
Back in the Brandon Curling Club, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Curling Championship. It is the Page playoff semi-final game between Cassidy Dundas and the Heather Julia Van Rysel of Springfield. Van Rysel, a winner this morning in the Page 3-4 game over Riley Buchalter. Dundas loser in a wonderfully entertaining game to Sheila Hayward. Hayward advanced to the final. Awaits the winner of this game. Hayward has already earned a trip to the national championship. The winner of this game will be the second team going, and then they'll play that final game at 5 o'clock to determine which one of them gets to be the Manitoba champion, which one of them is the Manitoba team, the Manitoba 2 team at the national. Resby Coots and Jill Officer with you here from the Brandon Curling Club. And once again, we saw the Dundas team score and put their first stone right in the forefoot, this time on the back of the button, not the front. But they've been remarkably consistent on that first shot draw every end.
Yes, they have, and that's probably been a key to the success for them. And unfortunately, Jillian's guard for Van Rysel just slid into the house, which gave Dundas the opportunity to hit it. So they're trying again to get another guard up.
Not quite the plan, but at this stage, any rock in front of the rings is an asset too.
Yes, that's right.
I had a strong kick. Mine's good. I didn't really add any. Room. Right off. A lot of room. Right off. Tessa's rock. Freeze it on then, curl. 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 Hard. 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 Get to nose. Hard, 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 hard. Hard. Get sweet. Oh, I'm sorry.
They do get it to the nose. Tap it straight back. Not plan A, but tried to do something with it. That was the main thing.
Punch it back here. Like, that's all you need. Like, back line's fine.
Don't want a whole lot more weight than what the Dundas team just threw. A little bit more to get a little bit more roll under the guards, but in fact, it's a straight back run back if you are under the guards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
We're definitely close.
Let it curl, let it curl. Oh. That's good.
Nice.
Pretty good. I think would have swept that just a little toward the end to just keep it more on the nose than it actually ended up.
I don't know if I hit the front on center line side, do I pick the red? Huh? Like, the pick's not good. The pick is not good. Is there any way to, like,
If you
pick
hit the
that
red
out?
on the outside, do you pick the red?
What?
Sorry, Risby? I was listening to the players.
Which is way more interesting than me. No, I'm just saying, with those two lined up the way they are, If you hit the outside of the red, doesn't it push it toward the rocks in the center?
Yes, yeah, that's the drag effect that you're talking about. Those two rocks that are up front. When rocks are probably an inch, maybe a touch more or less. When there's that little bit of space, or if they're frozen to each other, it's called the drag effect. So, you know, if you hit it on the high side, the momentum's going. If you hit it on the left-hand side, the momentum's all going to the right. And so the idea is that the yellow rock would actually go into the pile in the house, but they only briefly talked about that and have decided to. Did they decide to pick it, or are they actually trying to clip their back one?
Just not sure.
I think Cassidy didn't think that the straight pick was good because it would just leave the freeze open for Van RYSSEL. Now it looks like they're playing a little bit quieter weight, maybe just tapping everything straight back, like tap, tap, tap on the nose.
Yeah, we'll just draw.
Yellow shot stone. Van RYSSEL will play around the outside to the forefoot. She's got her own for a little bit of rub and roll if the weight is such. She can freeze to it on the inside of it.
Looks a little up. No, we're down.
Gotta go then, yup. How late? How late? How late?
3.
How late?
3.
Then, oh.
Actually, we're close. We're sliding.
Curl, 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 curl. Whoa. Curl, 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 curl. Yep, 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 yep.
Okay, throw.
Just didn't quite get the line over there.
Like a hair high.
Leaves a double here for Cassidy and team.
9. You got it. 9.
Wants to get almost to the nose of this, just slightly high to get the double.
No. Yep. 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 Clean. Clean. Good.
Nice shot by Lauren.
Just like that.
You have a draw. That's about it. I don't like any hit and roll. I think you just got to draw. It's all or nothing, you know?
Yeah.
She's right about that.
Yes.
But the draw puts it right behind that automatic run back.
What? Oh, God. Why would you throw that? We're down 5. We're down 5 with 3 ends after this. Mm-hmm. We can try the double.
How this is set up right now, they're counting what, 3? Sitting 3?
Right there. No, then she just... You think right here? Do you want the double or do you want the draw? What do you think?
Maybe draw.
What do you think,
Okay.
Jill Officer?
Well, I don't think the double gets you a whole lot. So I don't mind the draw. The only other thought I had was just to play a tap on that one in the top forefoot, tap it back behind the tee line over with that other yellow one even, and try to roll behind the guards. But Julia did point out that even rolling behind the guard, you know, Dundas has a straight back on those ones at the top. So there's not a lot of great options. So I don't mind the draw. Just got to make it.
How do you feel about drawing around the out-turn side almost to the yellow in the back 8 foot?
Yeah, that's actually a decent option as well because it would make it a... Yeah, if you could freeze to it in such a way it makes it hard to pick it out or anything like that, you might get it there for second shot and deal with the first shot later.
It was perfect line.
Not quite second shot.
Yeah, just 10-5.
You got to get nose. Just 10-5.
Okay, 10-5. You got it. 10-5.
Third, Lauren Evison.
Clean. No. 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 Curl. 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 Hard. Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's a tough one there. Just hitting it too high.
Do we guard that? Julia, do we ever guard that? No. Guard.
We're not one.
What do we got then?
Like,
Okay.
this is fine because you're under. Then she has to draw or she's going to take this out. She's probably going to take this out because she can give us one.
Okay.
Okay, we're done after this.
I know. That's what I called it.
Double. Oh my god. That is so hard. You missed that. You're ruining this whole opportunity we have here.
where it's gonna sit. I like where it's gonna sit.
That is so hard.
This is
That's a
hard. This is
half a house double.
too, right?
That's
Like you're
half a house
rolling.
double.
Yeah. And this one you're rolling though, right?
Should I let Gina pick which one she wants?
Yep.
Okay, she suggested this, which isn't bad. It's hard. Very hard. Or, this is fine. This is also hard.
Are we jamming though?
Whatever you want.
If we do this, are we jamming?
How do you feel about a half rock freeze on the yellow rock and the 4 foot on the outside,
But
not
not
the
if
center
you throw
line side?
hack, right?
Yeah.
You throw hack, you can even hit it pretty skinny, right?
I think that's a good option, Resby. I was also thinking about just hitting and rolling to the open side. I know they need like a few points here, but Cassidy's always going to hit. So if they hit over there, if they hit something over there, then maybe you have a draw around that guard again. That was my other thought. I don't mind like trying to get to the inside of this and trying to roll under, but it's just really hard to avoid that one, that red one of your own behind.
We're falling. Oh, we're curling now. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
This is really coming up.
Gonna get
Actually,
across
she's
the
got a
nose.
really good one here.
Right past. Did she get it past the red? She did
think-
not.
No, not quite. I thought it was curling enough to get it by there.
I remember what Clint told us. Like it's just a hair high. Yep. Nose would be okay. I mean, nose still picks it, doesn't it? Yeah, nose is fine. Okay. But try and let's. Or actually, I like this turn. Okay. What are you throwing? Like heel? I was gonna throw 9. 9? Yes. Okay. I like it.
So I think nose should be okay here. If anything, like we talked about with that drag effect, they maybe want to hit it a little bit on the low side. Yeah, I just heard Cassidy say the same thing. I think nose probably is close as well. I don't know if they can sit for shot rock on this. That would be the only thing. Couldn't quite see where that rock was still.
Yep.
In turn hit.
Let's see how these two rocks react with that drag effect. Yeah, exactly what we thought, but it did spin a little bit. I think they're still second, Resby. What do you think?
I would say yes, 2 yellows.
That was a nice throw. That was a really nice shot.
Here?
We want to be shot. Oh.
I think like here at most. We don't want to be touching this. I like here.
I think we need
Or
to be.
I like wicking off here.
Does that sit us 2? That's closer.
Do you ever wick off to sit? we're out of times, so. Just fucking throw it. Okay. You got it.
I think the girls have resigned themselves here in this game. They've you can just tell their attitude is a little bit more nonchalant than it has been all game, but they're gonna try to just come around this red one and sit beside the yellow one, just so they're shot rock, but in a place that if Cassidy tried to remove it, that she might just push it into their own rock. They don't want to be too deep here and just leave Cassidy a bit of a run back.
Line's a little tight. Pull in. Curl all day.
Julia's first rock here on the 7th.
Line's fine.
We're close. We're close. Curl, 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 curl. Yes, curl, hard curl, hard curl. Yes, 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 hard.
Another very nice draw by Julia Van Rysel.
Yeah, very good. They needed to go at the end, as they called, just to try to get a little more finish.
Or you half a rock that and just, but then it goes straight into here. Yep, just freeze. I'm fine with that. Just right there, hey? Yep. Yep. I like it. I like just a hair more. Okay. Yeah, corner, like over on the corner is fine. Yep. We're 2, they're 3. We have to get in there. We're 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, yellows are 2 and 3.
Mhm.
There's a little misspeak there.
I still like the freeze. I like the freeze.
I think there was some question by the front end about who was second, third, and fourth shot there. I think they thought maybe they'd have to hit the open one at the back. I think Lauren thought that maybe that was second or third shot.
Okay. Hair tight. Hair tight. Line's tight. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Curl. Whoa,
Just
easy,
enough
easy.
weight to pass that guard.
Straight.
Except,
Oh,
I thought they'd
jeez.
rubbed it. Wow. Thought they'd lost it.
Yeah, they. I don't think they thought it was quite so cute to that guard. Worked out pretty good though.
Yellow lies 1. Red back of the 4-foot is second shot.
Even if we bump this back, it's just going to sit, and we're not going to be shot.
We need 2. If we get 1, we're down 4, 3 ends left. We need 2. How much of this can you see, that yellow? 3/4?
We got to get to nose of it, though, so we don't jam on anything.
Yeah, and I was just thinking what we just saw even with Cassidy's rock. They barely got by that guard and
It's worth a try.
hit it on a bit of an angle. It was a little bit more buried, but this is certainly tricky because she does absolutely have to get to the nose. And even then, I'm not sure if she hits nose here, Resby. I don't know if she'd be out counting that back one or not, that back yellow one.
May or may not.
You don't have 3/4. Yeah, do it.
Okay.
So they're going to
10.
change to playing
Just
the
a
run.
10. Little more.
Straight back into the crotch of the 2 yellows. She gets it right on the nose. She'll have a guard on 2 reds.
Yes! Yes! Hard yes! All day! Hard! Yes!
That's fine.
Yeah, just a little tight out of her hand, I think, and
Shows you that
Oh,
it was
is
pretty
she going to
close.
get this anyway? No, not quite.
Not quite. Yellow lies one.
They got one. Good game, guys. You know,
And one is not quite enough. And you heard her say we need to have two, and she's committed to that concept. So it does end up at a 7-3 final score. Cassidy Dundas, the number 1 seed, advances to the final game against Shayla Hayward, a rematch of this morning's game. It should be a dandy final game on the junior women's side, Jill.
Yes.
A difficult game. The Van RYSSEL team really just didn't. They just weren't quite in the same league, quite frankly.
Yeah, they definitely, but what a great week for them. I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know that they were expected to be here in this semifinal, and they had a really great week. You could tell Julia was quite confident in calling a lot of the shots early on, but they just couldn't keep up.
Had great experience going forward. We look over to the junior men's game. The Norris team from Curl Morris was down 3, clawed back to score 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to tie, gave up 1 in the 7th, and momentum would appear to be a little bit on his side. We'll look forward to seeing who wins that game between Norris and Nash Sugden to advance against Jace Freeman. We'll have that junior men's final game on the television sheet, and the junior women's final will also be available without commentary, but on a video live stream. So we got those for you at 5 o'clock. Please be back with us for the Manitoba Co-op's Junior Provincial Championships. Resby Coots and Jill Officer, thanks a lot for being with us. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon and Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice. And pizza choice. And salad choice. And so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without broom caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Goldeyes, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum.